I have an open secret. I am a chronic procrastinator. So much that if there was such a thing as a university of procrastination, I would already have like 3 diplomas. I mean, I wouldn't have them physically because I still wouldn't have gone to like take them home, but you get the idea. So more than half a year ago, in June 2021, I made a challenge, an art challenge, and I put away the videos saying that okay, I'm going to create a video out of them. And guess what happened? So it is finally time to stop pushing it around and do this video properly. And why am I doing it right now? So today is Valentine's Day, and what do members of online fandoms do on Valentine's Days? Of course, we celebrate our favorite fictional couples, and this is what I'm going to do right now. Roll the intro! And after this magnificent transition, we arrived to the subject matter of this video. As I said, I attended a challenge on Instagram half a year ago called Strawberry Season. Like many of these, this challenge had a prompt list. 15 words for every other word of June. And all of them are linked to summer in some capacity, or like summer activities and whatnot. And I thought, okay, June challenge, summer challenge, art challenge. I want to create a collection of Pride Month related summer artworks for the month of June. And I've done pixel art before, but I never really dwelled into it. So I thought it was a nice opportunity. So what I came up with is I'm going to make a Pride Month pixel art challenge following those 15 words. And my choice for the characters was Luna Lovegood and Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series. So here's the thing, they are my favorite fictional couple, and I wanted to dedicate this series for them because I haven't done enough artworks of these two, so I added this to the challenge rosters, so to speak, that I'm going to feature these characters on the pictures. Then came another idea: if you write out Hermione and Luna, that is 15 letters. If we don't count the spaces, so I decided that I'm going to hide a letter in every single one of these pictures to write out Hermione and Luna in the end. So it's a challenge stacked on top of a challenge, stacked on top of a challenge, stacked on top of a challenge. Challengeception, so to speak. I'm going to show you each one of them properly, but before that I wanted to like tell a little funny thing. So when I finished like the first few entries and I started posting them, then one of the creators of this challenge messaged me, like wrote a comment to me on Instagram saying something like, nice works, etc. Thank you for the early submissions. And I was thinking, what does this person mean by early submissions? And let's just check out that prompt list properly once more. Okay, let's see, Strawberry Season. Okay, here it is. Okay, let's check the next slide and wait for a second. Well, that explains it. So yes, it turns out that the only time I didn't fail to not procrastinate is the time when I thought that the deadline was 1 month earlier. So, well, that's concerning. The first prompt was Summer Romance. It was my first attempt at a pixel art after a long time, so it didn't end up being the best. Let's just say that it was my practice piece. The first letter was H, so this letter is formed by the poses of the characters on this picture. The second prompt was Adventure, and I made this picture of Luna and Hermione finding El Dorado together, which was inspired by Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and I made this city in the distance and the waterfall together form a letter E. I wanted both characters to have a picture on their own, and the one that Luna got is the prompt Storm with the letter R, with her body and her umbrella forming a letter R in the storm, in the rain. I'm pretty sure that I've seen a similar picture somewhere that someone is holding a pride flag umbrella. I just felt that Luna would be someone who would happily carry one of these around. The next picture is Childhood, and I was a little hesitant if I wanted to add this or not, but I wanted to create a painting of Luna visiting her mother's grave because losing her mother was one of the key moments of Luna's life, of Luna's childhood, and I wanted to make this picture where she shares this moment with Hermione, where she visits her mother's grave and places that rose on it. It's a bit out of place in the collection, but I really feel like that in the end it was a really good addition and it ended up being a nice bittersweet picture. The letter M is just a pattern on the gravestone. The next prompt was music, and I made this more surreal piece with them having a slow dance on top of this giant record player, and their bodies together form a letter I. Also, this is the first time when I'm using their outfits from Fleur's wedding, and it's a thing that is going to be coming back many times in the collection. The next one, the prompt relaxing, is another pretty abstract piece with them like floating in the air on that swing bench or whatever it's called, with the moon forming the letter O in the background. I was a little uninspired for this one, so I just started putting together colors, and I wanted to form the bisexual flag out of these colors, so you might recognize those colors from that. Another theme that is going to be coming back many times. For the prompt memories, I created this photo album of them, and it's like a collection of their summer photos, and the ones on the left side form a letter N, while there's a bigger one on the right side, and there's the little text summer 2001, and there's that heart scribble in it that Luna might have drawn into the album. And if you look at the little pictures, all of them are a little story on their own. The prompt voter has the colors of the lesbian flag, and the way how I created the letter E is that their forms and the horizon line and their reflection create this effect that it's a letter E, even if it's a little distorted because of the reflection. Personally, this is my favorite from the entire collection. The prompt friendship started out as a disaster, and I wanted to create some sort of an abstract picture with the house colors and these colorful stripes, but it just wasn't working, so I ended up dropping that idea, and I created this courtyard background instead, which might have been the best background from the entire series. Also, it's Luna and Hermione in their Hogwarts years, maybe at the start of their friendship that then turned into something more, or it's just one self-contained friendship picture of them together. Also, their pose form a letter N. The picture for the prompt colorful might contain many grays and whites and blacks, but my idea behind it was that I wanted to create many bright flags. On this picture, I'm going to let you discover them on your own, and this whole picture was inspired by a fan art I've seen of Life is Strange. I don't even know how many years ago, but I just like this idea that the two characters in two separate rooms are standing by a wall and maybe thinking of each other. And again, their poses form the letter A. Now comes what I consider to be the worst picture of the series, the prompt hot, and I had no idea what I should do with that. And then I thought that okay, it's going to be a hot day and Hermione is going to walk in a bikini while texting with Luna, and actually the letter D is formed by the emoji that was written on the phone. Well, it was just, anatomically not so correct and a little dull picture in my opinion. The next picture is carefree with the letter L, And I said that okay, I'm going to take the prompt carefree literally, and I'm going to flip the picture to the side and again use their poses to form the letter L, but while the whole picture is rotated 90 degrees to the right. Also, I wanted one of these to take place in their home and in their like weekend or morning outfits, which is like mismatched socks on Luna and such things. Also, this is one of those pictures where I made a detailed background with all those bookshelves and the whole painting on the wall, and just with overall making this nice atmosphere. The next one is the prompt paradise with the letter U, and I was honestly a bit out of ideas by this point, but I managed to squish out this one, so it's just a cocktail glass that is reflecting them as they are dancing in their dresses from the previous picture, from the music picture, and I just made the whole environment into this psychedelic mesh, but it ended up being a nicer picture in the end. Much less uninspired the picture for the prompt home and the letter N. So I decided that I wanted to create this house that is going to be their first home, and they are moving in right now, and there's the for sale sign in front of the house, and it was like painted over, like somebody just, probably Luna, just painted over this sign, and it happens to be a letter N. And it's just there, and it's just like the first day of their life together. And there comes the very last picture from the series with the prompt Summer Nights and the letter A. Honestly, I'm not sure if there is a single event in London at the summer that involves fireworks, but it just felt like a great opportunity to add them to this picture. All these colorful fireworks just painting the sky while they are having this little moment together, also with the Big Ben in the background, hinting the location. And that was it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, do some art and have fun while doing that, and have a nice Valentine's Day. Farewell.